love me some shotguns. They're pretty essential to everything I do. While snipers may revel in the art of the one-shot kill, shotguns are also a one-shot kill most of the time, and they are extremely effective at it. The difference is you get to be up close and personal with your shotgunning, and in real-world firearms, they are amazingly versatile. You want to fire one big bullet? Shotgun. Lots of little bullets? Shotgun. Grenades? Shotgun. Darts? Shotgun. Bolo rounds? Shotgun. Flechette? Shotgun. Bigger pellets? Shotgun. Shotguns can do pretty much everything, and that makes them the best thing ever. In fact, you can literally shoot anything that you can fit in a shotgun shell out of a shotgun. But the point is, I made me a shotgun. So what exactly are we looking at here? Well, it's the N-Strike Elite Spectre, a 5-round pistol that nobody really ever took seriously because it was a worse strong arm in every regard. But that's not it. On the front of it, we've got this very, very nice Absolver barrel, which is connected to a Titan tank. And for those of you who don't realize how awesome the Titan tank is, this is a can of Mountain Dew Pitch Black. That is a Titan tank. It is absolutely amazingly big. And with big tanks come big pressures, and with big pressures, lots of power. And to drive that pressure, we've got a nice pump back here on our slightly modified Retaliator stock, which is honestly just there to complete the look and give it a nice little even balance of weight, because this thing weighs more than the entire blaster itself right now, which is ridiculous. Absolvers have been a staple of NIC combat for as long as Titans have existed, or drain blasters, or pretty much anything. If it has a lot of power and it would be too much for a stock dart, Absolvers help you give a shotgun effect that is very, very manageable and won't kill anyone. And I might be joking about that, but a single Titan will effortlessly break the skin. It is an insane amount of power, and this helps reduce that to a point where, well, nobody will get hurt, hopefully. This is 2 PVC reducing couplers with the original Titan barrel kind of threaded in there. It's not going anywhere, it's completely stuck, with 7 CPVC barrels that are exactly the length of a dart located in the front of it. So this allows me to effortlessly spread all of the air power from the Titan to 7 darts, which will all go very, very, very far, very, very, very fast. One of the main key features of the Absolver shells is that you can effortlessly change them out for new shells. While this one is a little more difficult to make because it has a Titan barrel for the threaded end on it, the whole point of these is that you can unscrew them and screw on a new one to replace spent shells, which give you a pretty quick reload, all things considered, with how many darts you're going to be spraying at your enemy. Going over the business end of the blaster, we've got the Titan tank itself. And if you're unfamiliar with what a Titan is, the Titan is originally this thing, minus the large pump in the back and of course the long barrel that makes it a Titan. Part of the Unity power system, it fired huge missiles, which we're not using anymore. So that's entirely useless, and now we've stuffed it into a nice compact pistol-like platform. The Titan tank is located up here, of course, and behind it is the pin. So with a Titan, in order to release all the pressure, there's no button or anything you press, there's actually a pin that you pull back. The original Titan is massively over-engineered to pull this pin back perfectly every time, and prevent you from pulling back that pin when you have the blaster pointed straight up, like into your mouth or something, so you don't kill yourself. So you've got the pin back there, and to make it pull back that pin, I have the original Spectre trigger with the original piece of metal that pulls back the Titan pin. Only I've kind of engineered it with some wire and some hot glue in order to be solid and allow me to quickly pull that pin back as fast as possible to ensure the best possible airflow. All of that is located right next to the pump, which is in line with the tank itself. Originally, the Titan is powered by a massive pump, and this is just the internal parts of the pump right here, which are pretty big, and while I would have liked to use this, you can see it's almost as long as the blaster itself. The AirTech 4000 pump was a little bit smaller and fit in there perfectly. I did have to modify it because originally the pump fed upwards. I had to drill a hole in it and then feed it into the back of the tank. I didn't use any tubing or anything for this. I literally just drilled a hole in the back of the tank, put it over the nozzle that feeds into the tank itself, and then put a lot of hot glue over it. And then the pump itself originally had a lot of plastic for an indexing mechanism, so when you pumped the blaster, obviously on the AirTech 4000, it rotated the barrel. Well, that's been completely removed, and while the pump isn't adhered in there anyway, you do have to kind of wiggle it to get it out of there. It's not going to fall out or anything like that, and due to the nature of the plastic, it will in fact sit in here and lock into place without any kind of magnets or anything, which is what I was worried I was going to have to do. We've got this right here, and then on the end of it, to give you something to touch and not hurt your hand and allow you to put a lot of force on it to get a lot of pressure to build up into the tank, because it gets pretty difficult to pump this thing after a while, we've got a vortex disc. There's no glue or anything on this vortex disc, I just kind of shoved it on there and it never wanted to leave. So it is now permanently part of this blaster. A lot of you are going to be thinking, well, if you could put a pump anywhere, why didn't you just put a pump down here? Why didn't you just make it so you had a big old bike pump and all that stuff on it? Made it very, very, very comfortable and efficient. The point of this is that even if I could pump this up as fast as possible and had multiple shells, it would still take a concerted effort to reload. The entire point of this is that even with the relocated pump for faster, pumping and multiple absolver shells, it's still going to be very, very difficult to reload. So, honestly, it's basically a blunderbuss. It's meant to get one person very, very out very, very quickly. If they are in front of me, they're going to be tagged. I don't care how good you are, you're not going to be dodging 14 darts. Yes, 14. You can't dodge that. I can hit multiple people with this thing. I can rain darts down on an entire group, it doesn't matter. And if I'm using stock length darts, that's still 7. You're not gonna be passing that up anytime soon. That's the beauty of the Titan tank. It has the ability to fling those darts in a very wide pattern, a very long distance. Such a beautiful, beautiful blaster. And then, of course, at the very end, we've got the stock and where the pump rests. So this stock is modified from the original Retaliator stock. I had to cut off all the nice little detailing up here, which was too bad, but I needed it to be as compact as possible. And of course, the blaster is completely usable without that stock on the end. In fact, it's a little bit easier to pump. The problem is, again, is that the front barrel is so heavy, weighing more than the entire blaster itself, that it's not very comfortable to hold. Having something back here that helps steady that weight just a little bit is very, very useful. Oh man. Like, this thing is so much fun. Just pump it up, and it takes quite a few pumps. It always feels like you could stuff another pump in it. Yeah, this is not something you really want to be doing in a furious panic, but I don't know about you, but that legitimately hurt my ears. Titans are awesome. Like, this video could go on forever. I could gush about this thing until the end of time. It is extremely comfortable, extremely usable. It's got an excellent sight picture. When you're holding this thing, you know you're holding something that's about to ruin someone's day. It's the cheat code, really. It is the one-shot, one-kill blaster. It's beautiful. And the funniest thing is, I can't remember where the original idea came from. I didn't come up with this. Sure, I've put a Titan tank in a Maverick like everybody's done at some point, but to put a Titan tank in a Spectre and have it work out so well, I can't figure out where that came from. Somebody had to have told me. I didn't just see it somewhere. I saw it after I Googled it, but seriously, it fits perfectly. It's like the Spectre was made to hold a Titan tank. Sure, you gotta cut off the end a little bit, but still, you can see even at the front right there, this wasn't cut. I just had to cut open the opening so it would fit. So seriously, which one of you was it that told me about the Titans and the Spectres? Hawkeye 007?
Wasn't me.
Jangular?
It wasn't me.
It was me! Nerf?
It wasn't me.
Oh, you elite Nerf Rhino Fire. How I hate you so much.
Blono, did you tell me?
Oh, it wasn't me.
Me?
Bobo?
Wasn't me.
Alice?
It wasn't me.
Kyle Hewen?
Don't look at me. I got my own crazy ideas.
Me.
Tiger Foam?
Wasn't me.
Ryan?
Yeah, I don't know, sorry.
Yo.
Hey, Psych, was it you?
Wasn't me.
Justin, was it you?
Foam Brewer?
Wasn't me, man.
Yaboo!
Hey, Drac, was it you?
Wasn't me.
Hey, Evan B, was it you?
It wasn't me. It was probably Nerf.
Me?
Hey, Nerm, was it you?
Was not me, comrade. Try comrade Evan B.
But I already did.
Let's get right.
Hey,
Whoa, whoa.
Oznerf,
Who are you? Oh God, not you
was
again.
it you?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Seriously?
Hey, Potatoes, was it you?
Wasn't me.
I've asked like everybody I know. And I can't remember who told me about this to begin with. I'm sorry, whoever you were. I'm really, really sorry.
Me.
I might have went a little too far with that gag. I'm Walcom S7, thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see some other things I've built in the past, go ahead and click on either of these videos right here. You probably won't be disappointed. And of course, if you want to keep track of things I'm going to be building in the future, the easiest way to do that is to hit the subscribe button. I do build a lot of crazy stuff, and I put out multiple videos a week. That being said, thank you so much for watching. And of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different video. Like 15 other channels, seriously. Go check all of them out. I don't really have favorites. They're all really good channels. Thank you so much to all of you that believed in that gag. I really hope it turned out. And if you haven't voted for Mountain Dew Pitch Black yet, screw you. This stuff is so good. I've waited 6 years for this to come back. I'm so happy. Walcom out. Diabetes.
I don't always do Nerf mods, but when I do, I post them on YouTube.